Well, with us right now is the board secretary of United, and that is Maggie Blackwell. Good to see you.
Hi.
And you're still the board secretary when the new...
I still am.
When it starts anew.
Right, right. We have 2 new members on our board this time. We'd like to welcome Manuel Almendares. He's an accountant, a lot of experience. He should be a very helpful asset to the board. And we have Reza Bastani, who's quite an experienced engineer, has worked everywhere. It's just a phenomenal story he has.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And so they should be very strong members of the board, and we look forward to working with them. Reza has already been active on the Architectural Standards Committee.
That's right, he has.
Which is really very good, because that's a really good program that was new this year, and Janie wanted to speak about it yesterday. And if you have an architectural plan for a variance in your unit, rather than stand in line all the time, stand in line first, give them a call, and then go through the Architectural Standards Committee, and they'll tell you if you need help here, if you need this here, if this is already standard and you don't have to do anything, you can just move ahead. So the object is to cut some of your time and effort out of it and make it faster to do that. So that meets the first Thursday of each month, and it's a very successful, helpful meeting. It has helped M&C to take all those alterations out of M&C. Don gave his report. He has so many things that are continually ongoing. We have hot water heaters that we are replacing. Of course, we do roof replacing. We do resurfacing of the roads. We paint units, of course. The best thing we're doing this year, really crucial thing, is the water lines. We are adding epoxy to the wastewater lines rather than dig up and replace the pipes. Saves us thousands of dollars. We have electric panel replacement and so on, and dry rot. So those were very interesting things, and the committee is really moving forward on that.
Yeah, I know when it comes to the plumbing, that's a huge issue, and it's not something you can do even in the course of a year. It's going to take some time to get everything done.
Yeah, it'll take us years to get it all done, but we have greatly increased the number that we're doing. We were so happy when we found out last year that it could be done for 1-inch pipes, which is really crucial.
Yeah.
So that's very good. Steve Leonard gave his report on the solar panels. We have 2,500 solar panels in 4 cul-de-sacs. We don't really need any more as it stands, because if you cover 80 to 90% of your bill, which is what we're doing, that's about all you need. If you produce more, SCE just takes it, but it does not pay you for it.
Right.
So might as well stop.
Yeah.
We don't need to invest it. If a resident wants solar on their roof, even though we're in a co-op, they could go ahead and apply for them. There are provisions and adjustments you have to make, and discussions with your neighbors and so on. But that can be done.
Okay.
And Steve also gave us the news that GM is apparently switching all of their lines over very soon to electric cars. So we in the village need to be ready for all those cars to be plugged in. Right now you can plug in your car in your cul-de-sac parking space for charging. It's not as quick as the charging place is, but you can do that for $20 a month, which is extremely reasonable and very convenient. Otherwise, some cars have to drive away, you know.
That's true.
It's crazy. Andre gave a very interesting report, of course, on the disaster preparedness. We always want to encourage people to get to know their neighbors and to sign up to be a captain. Because when a disaster happens, we want you to know who's going to need help and who doesn't. if you know that this person has a bad hip or whatever,
Yeah.
then you'll be able to zoom right over to their unit, check on them, and see if they're okay, and just say, okay. And if not, you don't have to assist them if you cannot. You just make a call to the next level up, and they will have people to come out and help you. So it isn't like you have a huge responsibility for that. I just want you to keep it on.
But I know there's a lot needed, and Andre is very passionate about that.
He is working like crazy to encourage people to do it.
He's got his hat.
Yes,
He's all ready to go.
Does. That's very noticeable.
Gotta like the hat.
Right. Pat told us that we, again, for about the third year, we have very low delinquent fees, and that's good. Our sales prices are still rising. We're looking into earthquake insurance, as Third is, and Third is about ready to sign a contract. We have not gotten that far yet, but we are certainly looking into it, because that's something that can happen in California. They say wood buildings are less likely to fall, but you know, they're not really strong either, so something to consider. Governing documents this year, we had the election policies, we had the bylaws passed, and now we are checking for a trust list. So if you have a trust and you want to see how it's going to affect your inheritance and your heirs, go through the checklist for your trust with the people in the service center, and they will help you out, because we do have a checklist to help you out if you want to make a trust for your family. So that's very good. Let's see. Oh, Pat English also told us this is an ongoing toilet replacement project. We've got about a third of the toilets done, but that was us doing it. A lot of people have remodeled their homes, and of course, they've done them.
Right.
So there are a lot more than a third that are done in the village, but we should keep up on that. It's a water saver for us. At the meeting yesterday, I heard a couple of comments about people being concerned about making calls to compliance and security because they don't want to be a bad neighbor or cause any problem or anything. Well, it's always good if you can just talk to somebody about the problem, but if you're frightened of them, and you might be, or if you're hesitant, then go ahead and call. Your call is secure. Your name will not be given out at any time, but they do need a call. Otherwise, if you do not do anything, that is silent assent. That allows whatever is going on to continue and even to grow. It is empowering to the person who is doing the offense.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Now they can do more because they'll just push the envelope. If you're not careful, then you're allowing a problem to arise and get worse. So please do call compliance. That's what I say. Please call compliance. We did also have, let's see. Oh, we had a question in the Globe about the new contract, service contract. That's right, the service contract. And it said, no, I've been here for so many years, and all these things were always done before. Well, no, they're not. They were not done before for us. Nobody came in to do your pictures. Nobody would come in to move your furniture. No one would help you pot and move around your plants.
And you're talking about what is kind of being referred to at this point as a handyman type person.
It's even a lower level than a handyman. It's really a honeydew list. It's a honeydew, not the handyman. They're not really building things for you. That would be an ordinary handyman job. Anything that is already covered by the mutual, of course, when you call up and ask for service, they'll say, okay, we'll schedule you with the mutual. And that will not be covered for your $200 a year. And so you will have the time and the money for that. So don't worry about that.
Right.
And so it is for other things. it's because we don't have the high school boy living at home or next door that we can call over to do these things. And so we like to offer them to us as we age. I always want to just lift up the phone and call the high school and say, is there anybody down there that would like to make $10 this afternoon? You know,
Yeah.
kids these days aren't interested in doing
Right.
that. You know, you might find a grandson somewhere that you can get over here,
Yeah.
but you might not. And then
That's true.
I talked a little bit about landscaping, of course, and some people are saying, oh, you're just making excuses. Well, we're trying to explain why things are a little slow this year, and they have been slow. But now, like this morning, there was dew, which is very good, and the days are shorter, which means the plants are growing less. Now, for the next couple of days, you're predicting heat, which will make them sprout more, but in general, darkness is
Right.
coming sooner, and so on. And so we have shorter days, and the plants just gradually calm down. And then we are getting around now faster. We're filling our spots. We had several empty spots. We're working very hard to fill our spots in the landscaping crews. Our supervisors are working very hard. We need another supervisor, but our supervisors are working very hard. I've had lots of comments from the residents who have seen the supervisors working with the guys in the field.
Right.
And it
Right.
really
Yeah.
is a process, because a person comes and he's ready and willing, but he doesn't know anything about it. He doesn't know our plants or our tools and stuff. And so the supervisors are very hands-on with them and very encouraging. So that looks good. We estimate we should be caught up this year
Okay.
before spring comes. That would, that would be great. And I just wanted to say something about trees, just so that you know. Oh, here we go. Yes, it shows. Okay. This is an Aleppo pine. A tree this size would take 4 workers 4 hours each. So you have 4 guys in the tree working on this tree for 4 hours. And then, of course, they have to grind it up and haul
Right.
it away and do the sweeping and everything else. This is another gorgeous big tree. This would take 3 guys 3 hours less. Why is that? Well, it's a little shorter. This one they have to use the bucket. This one they'll probably use the bucket at the very top, but a lot less. So it's shorter. They can do it with ladders and ropes and all of that. This is 2 guys, 3 hours each. So we have a lot of large-sized trees.
And
so
it takes a decent-sized crew and time to get it done.
It certainly does. And we're scheduled to do 100 a month. That's the estimated. But we're about 2 months behind because of all the things they've had to do. But they're working fast again, and we should be all caught up. The other thing I wanted to show, I've got them upside down. Okay. This is a lovely picture. It shows nice landscaping. It's trimmed. This is the landscaping enhances on these 2. The landscaping enhances the buildings.
Right.
It enhances the appearance of the neighborhood, right? Okay. On these 2, the landscaping is enveloping the buildings.
Right.
What buildings? You know, you can't tell where the edge of this building is. The tree is covering it. The windows are all covered by plants. Person can't see out. Maybe they like the privacy, and then they tell us not to trim them.
Right.
But these just have grown up this
Yeah,
year.
they have quite
this
a
was
bit.
not due to a request.
Yeah.
This person just no longer has windows.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. But we have, let's see, we have ongoing recruitment. We continue to train and develop new staff. We're going to replace, we all have projects. All of us have the same projects. We have the water projects where we're testing new water systems, and we're testing new low maintenance plants, and we are replacing turf with bushes every time we can. And that is really a water saving and a labor saving project.
Yeah, it definitely is. And you know, overall, it does take time. It can't be done in just a few months, but you have to look how things are going to be 3, 4, 5 years from now.
That's right, that's right. And some people, we put in slow growing plants because they're very hardy and they're low maintenance, but it takes a while for a growing season or two before they get together. And our idea is for the long picture, we don't want the plants heaping up on top of each other because you can't really trim them as well like that. So if you have a juniper out here and it's spreading out nicely, give it time to spread. If you're used to dense plants or whatever, think of Scottsdale. You know, they have one plant every 8 or 10 feet.
Yeah.
And that's their landscaping. And it looks good because you're used to it. It's the desert appearance that looks good. But here we're so used to dense plants because that's what we've had for years.
So it's a balance.
Right.
Very good.
So it was an exciting meeting, and we look forward to a very positive year. Last year was a very positive board. We agreed on so many things. We worked it out. You know, this board is a talking board, and we work it out.
Well, great. I hope that's the same this coming up for the next year.
Yeah, I hope
Always
so
good
too.
to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting about the landscape.